For the grade Pre-1 examination is about to begin. Listen carefully to the directions. You will not be permitted to ask questions during the test. This test has 3 parts. All of the questions in these 3 parts are multiple choice questions. For each question, choose the best answer from among the 4 choices written in your test booklet. On your answer sheet, find the number of the question and mark your answer. You are permitted to take notes for every part of this listening test. Now, here are the directions for Part 1. In this part, you will hear 12 dialogues, number 1 through number 12. Each dialogue will be followed by 1 question. For each question, you will have 10 seconds to choose the best answer and mark your answer on your answer sheet. The dialogue in the question will be given only once. Now let's begin.
Number 1.
Brookfield Conference Center.
Hello. I'm interested in reserving a conference room for August 25th.
Certainly. How large is your group?
30 people. Can you also do catering?
Yes. However, I'm afraid none of our small rooms are available on that date. We have 2 larger rooms, but they're more expensive.
Well, I have a limited budget. How much would one of those be?
$350 per hour, not including food.
I see. I think I'll try somewhere else. Question. What is the man's problem with the conference center? Number 2.
Hey, Toby. Did you see that Pete Davies was arrested for stealing money from his company?
What? The Pete Davies who used to run this department?
That's right. It's all over the news. I never did feel like I could completely trust him.
Really? He always seemed like a decent guy to me.
Yeah, but you're always too trusting of people.
Maybe. I wonder if he did anything like that when he worked here.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Question. What do we learn about Toby?
Number 3.
What did you think of the movie, Danny?
Considering the great reviews it got, I wasn't that impressed.
Really? I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
Well, I suppose it had its moments.
What was the problem then?
I guess I was hoping for too much. The book was really funny, but the movie just didn't live up to it.
Yeah, the books are often better than the movies.
Question. What did the man think of the movie?
Number 4.
Hey, Callum, you're in early today.
Yeah, my new apartment's much closer to work.
How is the new place?
Very spacious, but the wallpaper and carpets are horrible. I really need to redecorate.
Did you know I was an interior decorator before I joined this advertising agency?
Really? You wouldn't consider doing it, would you? I'd pay, of course.
Unfortunately, I'm just too busy, but I probably know someone who'd be interested. I'll ask around.
Great, thanks.
Question. What does the woman offer to do?
Number 5. What's all that wine for, dear?
Don't you remember? The neighbors are coming over for dinner on Saturday night.
I thought that was next weekend.
No, it's on the calendar. And I mentioned it to you on Monday.
I totally forgot. And I've made plans with my brother to go fishing early Sunday morning. I'll never get up in time if we have a late night Saturday.
Can't you go the following weekend instead?
I guess we'll have to. I'll call him now. Question. What will the man do? Number 6. Hello, can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a flight to Milan on February 20th.
Okay. Right now, Air West is offering a special price on its economy class fares to all European cities.
Do they fly direct?
No, you'd have to transfer in London. The stopover is only 4 hours, though.
Only? What else do you have?
The cheapest direct option is Central Airlines, but it's almost $300 more.
That'll be fine.
Question. What does the woman decide to do?
Number 7.
Honey, now that Zach has gone off to college, how would you feel about getting a dog?
I thought we already discussed this and agreed that having a dog would be too much trouble.
But the deciding factor then was Zach's allergies. He'll probably only be around during winter vacation.
True, but dogs are a real handful. Are you willing to take it to the park every day, no matter how bad the weather is?
Maybe you're right.
Question. Why is the woman opposed to getting a dog?
Number 8.
Meg, I need some advice.
Sure.
I'm looking into teaching English abroad. I heard you took a certification course before you went to teach in Korea. How long did it take?
6 months. There's also a 3-month intensive option, but I couldn't fit that into my schedule.
Was the course you took expensive?
Actually, it was very reasonable. It was all online and there was no textbook, which saved money. I'll send you the link to the website.
Thanks.
Question. What is one thing the woman tells the man about the course she took?
Number 9. My tooth is killing me.
When did you last see a dentist, honey?
Maybe a few years ago. I never seem to have the time.
And look where that's gotten you. Well, Dr. Prashad opens at 8:30, but she's always busy in the mornings, so you'd have to wait a while. Or you could take the afternoon off.
I have an important meeting after lunch, so that's out. I'll just have to go to the office late this morning. Question. What will the man probably do? Number 10.
Hi, Joe. I heard you bought a new apartment.
Not quite. I moved into a new place, though.
Oh, so you're just renting?
Yes. I don't think I'll be able to buy a place anytime soon.
I know what you mean. I couldn't buy my condo until I'd paid off my college loans.
That's my plan, too. I aim to pay off my current loans before even considering taking out any more.
Well, that shouldn't take too long now that you're a doctor.
Question. What do we learn about the man?
Number 11.
Are you making progress with our new budget, honey?
Yeah, it's almost finished.
You didn't completely cut out traveling and entertainment, did you?
Well, we only have a limited amount of money we can spend. I'd really like to reduce our debt this year.
Me too. I just think it's important to have some fun from time to time.
Okay, but we'll have to find ways to do it that won't break the bank.
Question. What is the man's opinion?
Number 12.
Hey, Brad. How's that new tablet computer you bought?
Well, it's handy for some things, but not really worth the price.
Are you having problems with it?
No, but I was hoping it would make life easier. It hasn't replaced my laptop computer as I'd hoped, so it's just one more electronic device to carry around.
I know what you mean. Technology doesn't always simplify our lives.
Question. What does Brad say about his tablet computer? Here are the directions for Part 2. In this part, you will hear 6 passages, A through F. Each passage will be followed by 2 questions, number 13 through number 24. For each question, you will have 10 seconds to choose the best answer and mark your answer on your answer sheet. The passage and the questions will be given only once. Now let's begin.
A. Fluoride. In 1945, the chemical fluoride started being added to public water supplies in the U.S. Within a few decades, tooth decay rates in American children decreased by 60%. Today, fluoride is added to the public water supplies of about 70% of American towns and cities. The future for fluoride in water is not assured, however. Some studies have claimed that drinking water containing fluoride can lead to medical conditions such as bone cancer and arthritis. These claims have not been proven, but the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency plans to reduce the safe upper limit for fluoride in public water supplies. The reason it gives for doing this is that exposure to fluoride from other sources is increasing. For example, fluoride-based chemicals are used in food processing plants, and these chemicals often remain on food.
Questions. Number 13. What have some studies claimed? Number 14. Why will fluoride levels be more strictly controlled in the future?
B. The Great Bustard. Europe's biggest bird, the great bustard, was extinct in the UK by the 1840s. The birds originally lived on plains or grasslands, but started living in cultivated fields when humans developed large-scale farming. As a result, their nests were often damaged during planting and harvesting. The birds were also hunted until they eventually disappeared completely. Great bustards have also faced threats in other parts of Europe and in Asia, but more than 35,000 still survive there. In 1988, conservationists in Russia began raising great bustards in captivity and releasing them into the Russian wilderness. The population there eventually became stable enough for some birds to be sent to the UK for reintroduction. In 2009, great bustards from Russia that had been released in the UK gave birth to young for the first time. Conservationists hope this will become the first step toward the re-establishment of a wild UK population.
Questions. Number 15. What is one reason great bustards became extinct in the UK? Number 16. What happened in 2009? C. Lasting mysteries. More than a century after Arthur Conan Doyle created the fictional detective Sherlock Holmes, the mysteries featuring Holmes and his assistant, Dr. Watson, remain popular worldwide. Conan Doyle's inspiration for Sherlock Holmes was one of his teachers, a medical professor named Dr. Joseph Bell. Bell diagnosed illnesses using logic and scientific observation. Conan Doyle himself was a doctor, but his practice was not successful. Ironically, his lack of patience gave him time for writing. Although the Sherlock Holmes mysteries made Conan Doyle rich, he had always wanted to write historical novels. To allow himself to do this, he wrote Holmes's death into one of his stories in 1893. Almost 10 years later, however, Conan Doyle was attracted back to mystery writing by money and demand. He brought Holmes back to life and wrote The Hound of the Baskervilles, his most successful story.
Questions. Number 17. What do we learn about Arthur Conan Doyle? Number 18. Why did Conan Doyle write the death of Sherlock Holmes into one of his stories?
D. Working from home. Telecommuting, or working online for a company from home, is a growing trend among Americans. Some studies predict that by 2020, nearly one-third of the U.S. workforce will telecommute. The main benefits of telecommuting are increased job satisfaction and reduced energy use for transportation. However, the benefits actually go deeper. Telecommuting expands employment opportunities for the handicapped and elderly, and it helps working parents balance family responsibilities with their careers. It is also good for employers, as it gives them access to a bigger potential workforce, and they can save on office and parking space. Morley Winograd, a former AT&T executive, believes young workers are driving this trend. He says they consider traveling to an office a waste of time and money because they are accustomed to connecting with the world mainly through the internet. It seems likely then that telecommuting is here to stay.
Questions. Number 19. What is one benefit of telecommuting? Number 20. What does Morley Winograd believe about young workers? E. Investigating fruit. A recent study at Florida State University suggests apples can reduce the risk of heart attacks. The researchers originally hoped to find out whether prunes influenced bone density. As part of their study, they asked one group of women to eat prunes every day and another group to eat apples. In the process, they discovered the benefits of apple consumption. It increases levels of HDL, a type of cholesterol that helps clear arteries, and reduces LDL cholesterol, which blocks arteries. The Environmental Working Group, a public health NGO, claims there are risks to eating apples, however. It puts apples at the top of its list of fruits and vegetables that contain pesticides. But Ray Gilmer, vice president of the United Fresh Produce Association, criticizes the group. He is worried its list unnecessarily discourages people from eating apples, and he points out that the pesticide levels are within federal safety limits.
Questions. Number 21. What did the Florida State University study reveal? Number 22. Why does Ray Gilmer criticize the Environmental Working Group?
F. River dolphins. Though most dolphins are marine mammals, 4 known species live in rivers. They share the rounded body shape, pointed snout, and sharp teeth of marine dolphins. However, because these dolphins live in waters too cloudy to see in, their eyes are underdeveloped. River dolphins use echolocation to find their way around. They make clicking sounds and listen to how the sounds bounce off underwater objects. The dolphins also navigate by swimming on their side and trailing one fin along the river bottom. Threats to river dolphins, such as pollution and getting caught in fishing nets, have led to a drop in populations. The Chinese river dolphin is now thought to be extinct. In India, the government is trying to persuade fishermen to change the way they fish. It hopes this will help to save the dolphins that live in the country's rivers.
Questions. Number 23. What is one way river dolphins differ from marine dolphins? Number 24. How is the Indian government trying to save the country's river dolphins?
Finally, here are the directions for Part 3. In this part, you will hear 5 passages, G through K. The passages represent real-life situations and may contain sound effects. Each passage will have one question, number 25 through number 29. Before each passage, you will have 10 seconds to read the situation and question written in your test booklet. After you hear the passage, you will have 10 seconds to choose the best answer and mark your answer on your answer sheet. The passage will be given only once. Now let's begin. G. You have 10 seconds to read the situation and question number 25.
I'll now explain the arrangements for tomorrow's ceremony. You should all report to the lobby at 9:15 and line up alphabetically by family name. After the music begins, follow the faculty into the ceremony hall. Students with family names beginning A to J will sit in row 2. Students with family names K to R will take row 3, and those with family names S to Z will be in row 4. If you're an honors student, you'll be sitting in row 1, regardless of your name.
Now mark your answer on your answer sheet.
H. You have 10 seconds to read the situation and question number 26.
Our team building workshop will be on the last Saturday of the month. As usual, you'll be team leaders. Team members will be given T-shirts to wear at the workshop, so let Jenny know your team sizes by the end of today. If you find you cannot attend the workshop, let us know as soon as possible so we can choose someone else to lead your team. Speak to Coyote after this meeting if you already know you can't attend. Oh, one more thing. We'll be eating lunch together, so inform Larry of any special dietary requirements for your team.
Now mark your answer on your answer sheet.
I. You have 10 seconds to read the situation and question number 27.
Magazine World has the best deals on hundreds of magazine subscriptions. Check online at nworld.com to see our wide selection at unbelievable prices. Get Newsframe for only $60 a year. That's 48% off the cover price. Simply call our toll-free number and choose to pay by credit card now or be billed later. If you pay now, we'll take an additional 5% off. But that's not all. Subscribe for 2 years and you'll be eligible to win a 2-week vacation in Hawaii.
Now mark your answer on your answer sheet.
J. You have 10 seconds to read the situation and question number 28.
You have reached the Slater Health Clinic automated phone service. The clinic is currently closed. Regular opening hours are weekdays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you have a medical emergency, please hang up and call 911. If you are registered as a patient and are experiencing symptoms of a non-emergency kind, enter your patient number to speak to our advice nurse. To make an appointment to see a doctor, please call again during opening hours or go to our website at slaterhealth.com.
Now mark your answer on your answer sheet.
K. You have 10 seconds to read the situation and question number 29.
First semester students from overseas are only allowed to work on campus. Unfortunately, you didn't put your name on the employment list when you applied for admission, and all on-campus positions have been filled. Jobs sometimes come up during the semester, though, so go online right away and add your name to the list. If you earn at least a 2.5 grade point average in the first semester, you'll be allowed to work off-campus from the second term. Once you start a job, you should register with the Citizenship and Immigration Service within 1 week.
Now mark your answer on your answer sheet. Your time is up. Stop writing and wait quietly until the answer sheets have been collected.